Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Broku, and this is another review of the Black Clover manga, chapter 273, titled Day of Destiny. And there's a lot of cool reveals and information within this chapter. So, if you are caught up with the manga, or you just want to see what happens, then please go along with the video. Now, before we get into it, guys, I want to let you guys know that I am an online personal trainer, so if you want to hire me, my link will be in the description if you want to get in shape by the spring or summer. Just hit me up. I know a lot of gyms are closed, but even if you just went and bought some resistance bands, I could train you online through how to properly use the resistance bands to still stay in shape and even put on some muscle during the shutdowns. That being said, let's get into this chapter review. Now, this chapter goes back to the Spade Kingdom, and Zenon goes up to a mysterious scene, what looks like to be a laboratory. And Zenon says, "I assume my brother's going to be alright. Morris." So, if you guys don't remember, a long time ago in the Black Clover manga, Morris was revealed. Now, we got a little image of him on the side. He was basically a scientist, a mage scholar, and he was a part of the Diamond Kingdom, and he was kind of like the tyrant of that area. And now, it shows he is now working with the Spade Kingdom, and he reveals that not only did he heal Dante, but he's going to be even stronger than he was before. And then he now has the magic ritual ready. It is also revealed that he created the Candelo fortresses. So, remember those things? Yeah, that was the work of Morris. And he states that the traitor Mars got him run out of the kingdom, but he ended up somewhere more interesting. And now Dante is so ready for his rematch to fight with Asta. Now, it is important to note here that we also get to see Lotus. And we see two other figures that were wearing Diamond General garb to the right of this panel by Morris. And now you can actually tell if you go back to chapter 79, when it reveals the other Diamond Generals, it's the person in the middle of this picture. We don't know who they are, they were left shadowy, and now they're coming probably into the fruition here. I wouldn't be surprised if Tabata gives these Diamond Generals a devil, or Tabata writes it so that the Spade Kingdom gives them devils to fight. That would be very interesting to see, as we will have basically bringing the Diamond Kingdom back into fruition. Now, also there's another figure next to that shadowy figure. Don't really know who it is. As of right now, it seems like it could possibly be the Diamond General that was defeated by Zenon in chapter 227, and it was an off-screen fight, and it's the more thin and the dark-skinned one. And that, I think that is because if you look at these panels, it shows a figure in the back. It looks to be taller and thinner, and just the actual head shape makes me believe that it might be the unnamed Diamond General, though we don't know who it is. So we might have multiple Diamond Generals, now maybe possibly being possessed by devils. And one thing I like about this is, it shows with Morris here that this device that he's using to heal Dante with, it is using like wires and stuff. It even has TV screens, it looks like, on top of it. So this is showing that there is some advanced technology in the Black Clover world, and Morris is at the forefront of it, seemingly. So that was pretty cool to see. And one of the things that this gets me excited for is the potential of seeing Mars and Ladros returning. It looks like this arc is really getting all of the kingdoms involved, with the Spades being the bad guys, and then the Diamond, Clover, and Heart all being attacked by them. So this is going to be a multiple country war on the continent that they all exist on. And basically, he's like, it's all going perfectly. Isn't that right, Lotus? Lotus is like, yep. But then he thinks to himself, this is really bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lotus is actually a spy. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if Lotus is actually a spy for the good Diamond Kingdom, the one that Mars is potentially leading. And this is why he's thinking to himself, this is really bad. We know that Lotus loves and cares for his family, so why would he want this to happen? Why would he join the Spade Kingdom with Morris to do this? See, Morris he's having fun. He seems to be that type of personality where he gets to explore technology. Sure, maybe bad shit's gonna go down, but as for Lotus, he was just a guy in the military. He has a family, he loves them. Why would he want to bring apart 90% of the countries or continents' population, potentially destroying the world. I think he's a spy. I think that's why he's thinking this is really bad, because he's at one point going to relay this information back to Mars and Ladros back in the Diamond Kingdom. I don't think that Lotus is going to be a bad guy once more. Then we get to see Yami's face, and we get to see the ritual going on that will summon the Tree of Qliphoth. I say this because there are 3 or 4 actually rings of demon language magic with 2 coffins in the middle. One of them is for sure Yami, you can tell by the panel up top, and then the panel on the bottom, and it looks like branches spreading. So this is them trying to summon the Tree of Qliphoth. Now after all this, it goes back to Asta's training with Noct, and Asta seems to have completely dispersed Noct's mana zone. He used it with Yami's katana, and when we get to see this panel here, if you look closely, it looks like that Asta has a anti-magic armor on his right arm. That looks sick. I cannot wait till we see the full version of it later. And you can see that Asta has just cut through this area. It looks like he basically just did a dimension slash, and that's what I'm going to be talking about soon. So it shows that the slash almost hit Noct, but Noct says he intentionally avoided hitting me directly. The union on my arm came undone, even though he didn't even touch it. He also erased my magic, which lacked any substance and mana zone along with it. Anti-magic, I knew it. If he uses that at full power, then he will be the strongest. I lose. So, Asta and Lieb are excited, and they're like, okay, let's go fight the Spade, and Noct is saying no. And he's saying that while they did basically use the Devil Union, it was only for a moment, and it hasn't been mastered yet. And he basically says, if they go up into the enemy territory, they're going to end up dead because they have not mastered it. He talks about how he's used his shadow magic to watch the Black Bulls. He says, you were born without magic. By accident, you were possessed by a devil and toyed with by unforgiving fate, but you were always right. And he said, I said that people who weren't right weren't necessarily rewarded. However, I would like them to be. Vice Captain Noct, he says he will leave Guimodello here, and basically that he's going to do the best until they can get there. So Guimodello is going to help Asta and Lieb train to use the Devil Union form, and it shows Noct just straight up leaving. And it's funny because Guimodello is freaking out here. He says, if they hit me with that, I'm dead. Mr. Noct is an ogre. It's quite funny. And then the chapter ends with the Spade assault squad from the Clover Kingdom being gathered. And as we can see, it is Rill, Charlotte, Seki, Dorothy, Jack, Nozel, Fogolion, Longris, and Yuno. So, I thought that was really cool. We get to see the squad. There is another member off to the right of Yuno that we do not know. And in fact, if you look at the zoomed out panel, you can see there are 13 figures standing in front of this tower. And that means that there are 4 additional members to this overall Spade assault squad. Maybe one of them is Noct and he's just now getting there. Or, you know, I guess who really knows. But there's 4 more members. All of the captains that are not captured are present except for Kaiser. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is one of those figures. And where the hell is Marioliona, guys? I feel like this would be something that she would be involved with. We haven't seen her in forever. So I feel like she might be a part of the squad, or at the very least, she will be showing up at some point in the future. Now, one of the things I want to go back to is the Devil Union stuff. So I think that what Asta did here is they did the Devil Union, and then what they did was basically Asta's own version of like an anti-magic dimension slash. I think this because it just looks like it, and this whole just kind of scene kind of reminded me of when Yami used it first against Veto, and it completely dispersed and cut through Veto's self-sacrifice magic. And then it's crazy how powerful it is that it didn't even hit Noct, but it destroyed the Devil Union on his arm and completely dispersed his mana zone. So this just shows that Asta is going to be a boss. And remember, he hasn't even mastered it yet. He's only going to get even stronger after this. Even Noct says he's going to be the strongest once he masters it, if he uses that at full power. So it is crazy that not even full power Asta is able to essentially defeat Noct. And I kind of predicted this. I was like, if he can't defeat Noct, well then he's not defeating the Dark Triad, let alone any of the other devils that are within the Qliphoth tree. So Overall, that was a really cool chapter. I'm excited to see what happens with Morris. I think that Lotus will probably be a spy, probably helping the Diamond Kingdom. I want to see what those 2 Diamond Generals are and see what their magic types are, and maybe see if they get devils. Now, one thing I was thinking about was that one chubby Diamond General. He had that weird mark on his belly. It almost made me think of, like, did he have his own Devil Union or Devil Possession? I don't know, because maybe if he did, I doubt that base Zenon, before training for 6 months, would be able to easily defeat him like that. But then again, Zenon could just be on a completely different level. But yeah, I think that Lotus is a spy. We get to see the very little bit of Asta using the Devil Union, and it looks like he has black anti-magic armor, and it looks like it's going to be really sick. I can't wait to see him fully decked out in it. It almost looks like Daedric armor, or like, I guess, Guts' armor in Berserk. And I do think he might have used his own version of Dimension Slash. He is wielding Yami's katana. He's in a similar pose to Yami's Dimension Slash. Wouldn't be surprised if he did, especially if he just used a new form. It basically would be a limit break thing. But then again, might not be so easy for him to use something like that. But very excited for the next chapter. I think it's going to be great. Want to see who else is in the Spade Assault Squad. And I wonder if we're going to see, actually, like, Asta training with the Modelo, or if that is more so going to be a thing that is off-screen again. I'm just really excited to see what happens here. I want to see those Diamond Generals. I want to see what Morris does, if he has any other creations and stuff like that. But yeah, really, really exciting thing coming for Black Clover. Really excited. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...